Having to talk about things that nobody knows about. It's a lot easier now, believe me.
So, the tour started last week, huh? How's it been going?
It's been going fantastically. I mean, the first date that we did in Atlanta was just better than I could ever have expected for a first date in my wildest dreams. It was fabulous. They've been going great.
Is it tough to, now you were on the road last with the Firm, is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it tough to sort of get back, or is it like coming back onto a bicycle or swimming or something like that?
No, well, you see, of course, when I said about the first date being better than what I could ever have hoped for, obviously there's so much preparation that goes into something like this, you know. Hardest part really being the actual content of the set that you're going to play. I mean, we were rehearsing so many songs before we came over here, trying them out to see which ones would feel good to play. And obviously there's all this work that goes into it, all the pre-production work, and it's the first day that is really the one that lets you know whether everything you've done, all this work you put into the show, whether you got it right or wrong, and it's obvious we got it right. So that was really rewarding.
How different is it touring these days from the past? I mean, technology certainly has improved, but is it different on the road for you?
Well, as far as the show goes, I mean, we've got a lot more technology in that. What do you mean, is it wilder or not? The audiences are as wild as they used to be.
What about off stage? I mean, you're known for some road antics. Have you settled down a little bit from that, or have you matured? Or
I'm quite a quiet guy, really, staying in the town.
He's grabbing your town.
Come on, we haven't only just started the tour. Yeah.
What about off stage? Is it calmer now? I mean, is it a different kind of thing?
I'm usually practicing the guitar all the time. You know, I think there's rumours that I never used to play the guitar, and I'll show you.
So you're not throwing any.
They were unfounded rumours as well, but you know how rumours are.
You're not throwing any television sets out the window and built one.
No, it gets too expensive.
What have the fans been like? Have you gotten a feel for what the audience is? Are there all ages? Are there people that are just here for the solo album? Obviously, there are a lot of Zepp fans too.
Well, yes, obviously there's a lot of Zepp fans, but I'm surprised at how many young people are here. You know, in the teens, it's a lot of it makes up primarily a lot of young people, which is really nice. You know, it's good. Very musically orientated people are coming though, rather than image type rock people.
Now I understand the show is close to 2 hours long, over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Physically, how are you bearing up?
Oh, easy. No, honestly, it's, once I get onto the stage, it's just like. I might sound odd, but it's like a trance almost. Like I can go on for quite a while, you know, and I feel really fresh at the end. Usually, depending now. I must say, here we are in Phoenix, and I haven't played in an open air place. It's probably going to be about 90 degrees or something, 95 degrees. We'll see how I get on, but I think it'll be fine.
How is the set structured? What can we expect? What can the fans out there expect? I mean, obviously.
Let me just wipe away some of this. Arizona mildew. Yeah. Right. Now the set. What's it constructed of? It's just in so much as the Outrider album was, you know, me going back to my roots, you know, and going back to the blues, and well, obviously there's the rock riffs, which are very, you know, they're very sort of stylized to myself, but there's also the acoustic music, etc., etc. Within that concept, I wanted to carry that on with the tour, which would promote the album, and just present everything. Well, things that go back to the Yardbirds, Zeppelin, the Firm, the Death Wish 2 album, and Outrider. But more than anything else, just sort of showcasing all these sort of guitar techniques that I've pioneered. So there's a bow and all that things.
So is this kind of, it goes back through your career and kind of takes little pieces out of it?
Yeah, absolutely, and big pieces too, I might add. But you know, there's a lot of contrast in the set, but you know, that's what makes it interesting. I think that's why it's being received so well, because you know, you've got everything from like something like what should we say, Emerald Eyes, which is, you know, like a ballad, and Midnight Moonlight, which is an extremely complex song, but it's got all this sort of fingerstyle bit in the middle of it, through to you know, some good rock and roll as well.
How's the band getting along, and how are they shaping up, and what did it take to get them into road shape?
It took, it just took quite a few rehearsals and a lot of everyone, understanding what I was trying to do. And in fact, we're playing this really, really well as a band. I think that's one of the main things that people have been saying, say what a good band it is.
Tell me about Jason Bonham. What's it like having him back there?
Well, it's great. That's why I got him in there. I mean, I knew he was going to be good. That's why I got him.
Does he remind you of his father? Is he different? Is he the same? I just mean musically, personality-wise.
Well, there's certain aspects of his demeanour which are similar. I mean, he's from the same blood, He plays great. He's improving all the time, which is what I knew he would do.
What about John Miles on vocals? Now he played. Go ahead.
We'll
put on the air.
Then we'd have lights anyway. Right? So, right, John Miles.
He sang on half.
Well, I think he's one of the great, one of the super surprises of the whole show for people that watch it, because he handles all of the vocal styles of. Well, vocally he covers everything so brilliantly, with his own style as well. But I don't, there's no disappointment. I don't think the fact that, maybe other singers aren't there. Believe me, he's a fabulous singer. I mean, he's knocking me out every night. Totally, I love the guy. He's fabulous.
Is there a Zeppelin factor here? Obviously, there are people showing up who are Zeppelin fans. How are you dealing with that legacy? I know you play Stairway to Heaven.
For a start, I mean, I wrote the music for Zeppelin, so I deal with it very simply by playing it. But also, with the tracks that we're doing, I've rearranged them, which is something I said I'd do in the past. Slight rearrangements, just to make them a little different to the way that people remember them. But they're basically there. You can tell it's a number, but there might just be a little thing here or there just to surprise you.
What about Stairway to Heaven? Is that that's basically the climax of the show? Is it tough to play that song, or is it fun to play that song?
It's much easier to play it as an instrumental with the people that love the music singing it, or the people that love the song singing it, which is what's happening. The audience sing it, so it's great. I love playing it as instrumental.
Is the guitar part rearranged, or?
No. Okay, that's rearranged in so much as it's an instrumental.
How do you feel? Competition-wise, I mean, do you take a glance at sort of what Robert's doing out there? His career is obviously happening right now also. Is there any kind of competitive feeling that you have, or do you just go about your own business, do your own thing, do the best you can do?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I always have gone about doing what I, do myself. I'm not that really. I can't be bothered about worrying about what he's doing. He's got his own career. He deals with it the way that he feels best. I deal with mine the way I feel best.
Just on another subject completely, how do you feel about commercial endorsements? He's doing a Coke commercial right now, and it seems to be giving him a lot of exposure. How do you feel about it? Do you have a feeling one way or the other about these things?
I know what my feeling about it is, but most of the people that I've spoken to seem very, very disappointed that I mean, I'm talking about, people that I met, fans, and who say, oh, Robert came through not so long ago, and they start talking about the Coke. I don't. And they say that it seems that, it seems such a shame that Zeppelin never sold out all the way down through their whole career. But suddenly, given the slightest opportunity, there he is. Yeah, but as I say, everyone deals with things, their careers and the way they want to be, accepted, the way that it's best for their own conscience to live with. The way that I'm doing things, I'm quite happy.
And again, the Zeppelin reunion rumors. I just feel obligated to ask about this every time. Anything new on that front, or I mean, is this something that you deal with every day, or are you just not thinking about it right now?
Something I deal with every day, in so much as I'm asked about it. Exactly. I'm asked about it maybe once every 3 days. No, there isn't any plans at all at the moment.
And what about now? I understand how.
The thing is, no, there isn't. I'm not going to go into it.
But getting back on stage, playing like this again, Is there a comparison in your mind? Do you compare to other times, or is this something that you're taking on its own terms?
No, no, not at all. There's no comparison. This is what's happening now. You know, I just don't keep relating back to the past. Anyway, that there's any relation to the past, but then the past always relates to the future anyway. One minute something is past, is now, you know, relates to the future, history-wise. You know. No, that's it. You know. That's the only part of it. I play for the now moment. I always try and change what I'm playing on stage every time I'm there. You know, I don't play the same solo or anything. Try and extend numbers, etc., etc. So really, it's absolutely now.
Has when you're on the road doing a kind of like an every night thing, or 3-4 nights a week, how does it affect your own guitar playing? Do you get better? Do you get tighter? Does the constant playing make you better?
Well, I put myself under pressure to be better every night anyway. That's the sheer fact. If I wanted to take it easy, I'd play the same solo in every song. Well, I'm not like that. I never have been. You know. And yeah, obviously it's getting better and better and better.
How did you feel about the reaction to the solo album, your first ever? You got some nice reviews. I mean, you can't really say it's been a chart smash, but certainly it's gotten some nice attention. How do you feel about it? Are you ready to do another one? Do you have more ideas? What are your reactions to it?
Well, as I said before, the reason why I did that album was because I wanted to go back to the basics. It's the first album, and that's why I wanted to present myself as a first album out. And that was done for a specific reason, so that this tour, the sort of material I'm playing in this tour, would be part and parcel of the same thing. Some people may not have understood what I was doing on that. They may have expected, just because it was me and there's so many bands which have been inspired by Zeppelin, let's say, for me to do some form of corporate album straight off, which I didn't want to do. I wanted to do it the way that I felt best. However, when it comes down to the next album, yes, I'm going to approach it in a totally different way, and it'll sound totally different, and the music will be totally different. One thing I can tell you about it is I've been playing guitar on it.
Have you ever thought about singing?
I've thought about it, and that's about it.
And one last thing. Are you going to be playing yourself in the movie of the Pamela Des Barres book?
No, I'll let Michael Des Barres do that.
Thank you, Jimmy. Did we get that? It's a wrap.
Well, I got two in. Come back.